All right, hello everyone, this is Mr. Crozier. I'm going to give you help. I'm going to do problem number 2 from our homework today. We're going to graph this function right here. And the first thing you want to do is set up your table, of course. And let's see here. So for number 2, that would be y is equal to 5 cosine 10x plus 2. And you want to set up a table with critical points and x values and y values. And for cosine, the critical points are max, mid, minimum, mid, back to maximum. That's what cosine does. And cosine starts, if we start at 0, cosine starts at 1, 0, negative 1, 0, 1. And then now what we need to do is look at all the values we have here. And we have an a value here of 5, and we have a b value of 10, and we have a d value of 2. And that matches the equations right here. We have a value, b value, and a d value that we need to deal with. And in the order that you want to do them in is take care of the b value, the a value, the d value. Well, the b value tells you the period, and a period of a cosine graph is 360 degrees. These problems were in degrees. Yesterday we worked in radians, today's it's in degrees, so they are degrees. So it's 360 degrees divided by 10. Well, if I divide that by 10, it's 36. So one period from top to bottom, one cycle of this cosine graph is 36 degrees. All right, so let's go ahead and divide up all the steps evenly. Well, right in the middle of this would be 18. You just take 36 divided by 2, and in the middle here would be 9. And if I do, so we're doing steps of 9, 9, 9, 9. So there's my values for the x value. Now let's take care of the a value, and that's the amplitude, and we're going to multiply here. So for the b value, we use this formula. For the a value, we just multiply. Multiply them all by 5. 5, 5, 5, 5. And now the d value, we're just going to add on 2. 7, 2, negative 3, 2, 7. All right, now we have enough information to graph it. So let's go ahead and graph it. If I pull up my graph paper here, I'm going to first start off by drawing the midline and the maximum, but this only goes up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, only 6. So let's count by 2s. This is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. All right, let's go ahead and do the midline. The midline is at 2. So I'm going to draw this midline here, and there's the midline. Now I'm going to go up and I'm going to draw my maximum. My maximum is at 7, so I'm going to go ahead and do that in orange. There's the maximum. And that's the maximum. And the minimum is negative 3, so I'm going to go down to negative 3, and that'd be right there. So there's my minimum. So my cosine graph is going to go from the max to the min, and let me go over this line right here, this middle line, make this yellow. Just like you're driving down the road, that's the middle of the road, and we're going to go back and forth about this midline. All right, so where does cosine start? Well, it starts up at 7, so that's way up there. And then when I get to 9, and the scale on this is up to 36, so each one of these is 4. That's 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. The scale is by 9, so here's 8, here's 9. When I get to 9, I'm back to the midline. And when I get to 18, which is right here between 16 and 20, I'm down. When I get to 27, let's see here, 28, so 27 right there, I'm here. And when I get down to 36, I'm back to the maximum. And that's what cosine does. Cosine goes down and up. All right, to draw this neatly, you want to make it a curve. And what I do is I just think about a circle. Here's my circle, and I think about the 4 sections of a circle. So the first one goes down, then it curves up, then it curves up, and then it curves up like that. So there's my cosine wave. And if I go over it, in blue it really stands out. It goes down here and back up, and that's cosine, and just put an arrow. And then what I do is I just turn around and do the same thing back here. And let's see here, 36 is way here. And then let's see, 4, 6, or 4, 8, 12, 9, 16, 20 is in the middle. and then, whoops, goes down to the bottom, and then let's keep going. This is 20, 24, 28, 27, we're back to the middle. So then cosine goes down to the bottom and back up. And that's what a cosine wave does. So the key is do all of these parts here, the B part, the A part, the D part. Use the formula, multiply and add, get your table, draw your cosine. This will always be scaled for you on this worksheet. It's always 36. You can't change that. You can adjust this though. Sometimes you count by ones and it'll fit. Sometimes you need to count by two. All right, hope this helps.